Hi, welcome to the Yoga Pantry with me, Tash. This is a little tutorial on how to do a headstand. We're going to look at both a tripod headstand and a normal, regular, traditional headstand and talk about the differences and what would suit you best. Don't worry, you don't have to go upside down straight away. It's a slow, step-by-step process. Let's begin. So we're going to look at how to do a headstand today. I'm going to walk you through the traditional headstand and then I'm going to walk you through the tripod headstand. Now, not both, like some people can do both, but not everyone is going to be able to do the traditional headstand. The first thing you want to do is check your shoulder mobility and also the length of your elbow and your shoulders. So for example, if you interlace your fingers and you draw your arms up and back, you might notice that for me, if I push up here, you can see that quite clearly my elbows clear my head by quite a bit. That means that I can take a lot of pressure off my head when I'm pushing up into a traditional headstand. For some people, if your shoulders are tight, then you're going to be a little bit more open and your arms aren't going to be able to come back as far. That's not going to be good for you. You're not going to see how much of my head is exposed if I'm there, so that's no good. Also, for some of you, the distance between shoulder and elbow and top of head, just your bone structure is different and shorter. So again, if the elbows do not clear the head, a traditional headstand's actually going to be really uncomfortable, might damage your neck until you can build strength into your neck and your vertebral column. Now, when I first started doing headstands, I was all about getting as much weight off my head as possible, and that's how it should be when you start. But as you get stronger, the whole idea of a headstand is that you are actually putting pressure on the top of your head. And I'll show you a variation that you can do this with quite easily without ever doing a headstand. Because there's a little point right at the top of our head called our mama point. It's also connected to our crown chakra, and it's a good point to stimulate, to get energy flowing through our body, which is why headstands are so good. They invert the body, they allow the heart to have a little bit of a break, because they don't have to pump so hard to get things all over the body. I mean, it does have to pump back the stuff up to the feet. But that's not so important. Our major organs are here. This is the thing that sort of keeps us going. We can live without our limbs. We can't live without our torso and our chest cavity and our organs. We can live without some organs, but you know what I'm getting at. So, and also inversions are just great for your skin and your face and keeping you youthful and vital. Another way to test if you're unsure of your flexibility in the shoulders is grab a chair. Here's one I prepared earlier. Bring your hands down. Bring your hands together and see if that's comfortable for you to open up here into the shoulders. For some of you, that's not going to be super comfy at all. Opening up there, opening up the chest, opening up the shoulders, opening up the body. If that's super tight, then this might not be for you, but this is a good way to start to build that flexibility here into the body. And you can do this with a puppy pose as well. So puppy pose, coming onto all fours, send your arms out and open. And if you've got a lot of tightness here, the chest doesn't come down, you're going to find it super uncomfortable in a traditional traditional headstand. But never fear, the tripod is there. First of all, we want to build some strength in our upper body though, and in our shoulders and our wrists, so that we can actually start to press the floor away from us, whether we're doing tripod or traditional. So come into your tabletop position, spread your fingers out nice and wide, rock a little bit forward and back, just warming those wrists. maybe around in circles. Breathe. Maybe walk the hands a little bit. Maybe tuck the toes, or if it's comfortable, flat feet, press up, hovering cat, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, inhale up, cat pose, extend and lengthen, exhale, round, inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center, hovering cat. 5, 4, and you don't want those knees super high. They're only like a couple of inches off the ground. Draw the belly in. Build your core strength. Is your core on fire? 3, 2, 1. Release. Child's pose. Sink it down. If the wrist is sore already, shake it out. Squeeze them out. Take a moment, bring the palms of the hands together, walk the elbows in shoulder width apart, and draw the fingers to the sky, palms together in prayer pose. Draw the shoulders down the back, walk those elbows forward so you stretch out through the triceps and across the shoulders there. Interlace those fingers, bring the hands down, and then come up. Tuck the toes. Maybe you just want to shift a little bit more away from the shoulders and the hip areas. You can press up into a dolphin. Tread it out. If dolphin feels super uncomfortable for you, then again, that's another indication that maybe the traditional headstand is not going to be your thing. Tread, maybe press up to the toes, shift the weight forward, press the floor away from you. Start to get a sense of the strength required in the upper body. And then exhale, drop the knees down, sink down, child's pose. Let's bring our hands behind us, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades in towards each other, reach the arms back, and then draw them up slightly. Exhale, release. Rock it out. All right, hands by your face, palms facing down, knees about hip width apart. Start to roll to the crown of your head. Just hang here. Now again, for some people, maybe you've got a little bit of, you don't actually have a curve in the cervical spine, the spine and the neck. That's going to be weird for you too, because you're going to find that probably your headstand's going to be a little bit more forward, and we want to get our headstand to the crown of the head. But if you can't get there because of the shape of your neck, then that's just what that is. That's your anatomy. So being aware of that, it could be forward. Just check in how you feel here. Make it feel comfortable. Notice that mama point's getting a little massage, and then come down. If that felt comfortable for you, bring your hands behind you. If it didn't, maybe don't do it again, or maybe just do it the way we did if it felt okay, but you don't want to go the next level. Hands behind you, interlace them, or you can use a strap here as well. Hold on to a strap and roll on up. Reach those hands up. Find that strength through the neck area. The core is still working for us. And then exhale, release that down, release the arms. When you go upside down, you should just come back down to a child's pose and just let everything come back, equalize. Roll it up slowly. Ooh. Hopefully you didn't get a head rush. Roll the shoulders out, shake it out. Interlace your fingers. Place them on the top of your head, the very top. Look for length from the crown of the head down to the tailbone and press. We're just building strength. Release in the neck area. Press, release, press, release, press, release. Because there is going to be that compression when you go upside down. It's just gently reach the neck to one side, softly back to center. Gently to the other side. softly back to center. Gently drop the chin down to the chest. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Monitor, monitor, monitor all the way. Inhale, roll that chin up to the right shoulder. Exhale, come down. Inhale to the left. Exhale, come down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop ear towards right shoulder. Drop left shoulder away from ear. Inhale up. Exhale, ear towards left shoulder. Right shoulder away from ear. Inhale up. And just check in a little circle. See how that feels. Okay. So, hopefully you're feeling nice and a little bit more open. We're going to charge the core up a smidge more because when you have a strong core, it's so much easier to go upside down. Let's come onto our bottoms and get ready for boat. Reach your hands out in front of you, lift and lengthen. If you are here and this is already work for you, stay here. Breathe, look for length in that spine. Your core is going to be active already right around your entire torso. If you're feeling okay, lift that right leg. Hopefully you didn't suddenly lean back a whole bunch, but if you did, keep looking for length. Don't collapse here. We don't want to collapse. This is not going to help you out. Lengthen, because we also want to find that length when we're in our inversion. Other leg up. Release. So that might be enough for you. Maybe it's just one leg at a time. Otherwise, if you're all good, you can draw your legs in. Now you can do this also by supporting yourself by holding gently to the back of the thighs, still looking for length, or you can bring your hands out by your side as well. These are all perfectly good supports. First level, next level, next level, next level. So pick your poison and then extend and bring it in. Okay, I'm going to shift my legs out a little further so I can sit up a little taller. And then come back slightly. We're going to work into a hollow body. So gently start to curve the belly button towards the spine as you round down, rounding down to the lower back, taking the low back into the ground. Got the low back in the ground there. Lift the shoulders off, but low back is in the ground. Feet are on the ground here as well. Breathe and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I know everyone just wants to go upside down and they want to do all the things. There's no point learning an asana incorrectly because you're not going to get the benefits of it and you can get injured, and that's not cool. If you're okay here, let's lift one leg. Still in our hollow body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that leg. Lift the other leg. Still in our hollow body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that down. Here we go. Roll up. Energize. Come on down. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Engage those deep transversus muscles so everything is in and down. If you're stronger, both legs up. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Come on down. Release. This is not like a harder ab class, so that is good enough. Now I'm going to walk you through the first setup. If watch this, even if you're thinking that nope, this is not my one, I'm going to wait for the tripod. The principles are the same, other than your hand positions, but the principles of getting into it, working the body up. And we will use a wall, but right now, just for the sake of our camera, I won't use a wall. And it's just the prep, so it's all good. So we're going to come down, and for the first version, when we interlace our fingers, it's kind of nice if the little fingers aren't stacked on top of each other, because they might get a little bit squashed. They shouldn't, but they might, and just in case, let's just stack them like this, rather than instead of this, whoop, we're going to stack like that. Yeah. Alrighty. And then you're going to bring your elbows down about shoulder width apart. If you're not sure what that is, then you can bring your fingers to the edges of your elbows, and that's generally about shoulder width. So you can bring that down, Spread those hands, come in. Now, I'm just going to get nice and comfy here. If your elbows are too splayed, you're going to end up with the weight pushing out into the wrong parts of your arms and cause injury. So we really want to have that sense of that shoulder distance, or even slightly less, so that when you do get down there and you start to push out against them, you're going to have somewhere to go. So elbows shoulder width apart, or a smidge in, just a smidge, not a whole bunch. That won't be comfortable. Stack those little fingers, and I'm going to find the crown of my head. So a nice rough guide is placing the heel of your palm between your eyebrows, and sorry, not giving you the finger, but just showing the middle finger is coming to the top of my head. That's about where the crown of the head is. That's about where I'm going to put my head onto the ground. But like I said, for some of you, if you don't have a natural curve in your cervical spine, you might find that the only thing you can do is put the head forward. But that's only for a very few people. If you are finding that you're putting the weight on the front of your head, but you've got a natural curve in your spine, cut it out. Do it properly. Don't hurt your neck. So, let's come down. I'm going to just walk you through the prep. Please don't be in a hurry to go up, and whatever you do, do not kick your legs up. Do not throw your legs up. Do not try and leap up into a headstand, or you can do a handstand, that's fine, but your weight partly is on your head, which is connected to your spine. If you do that kind of rubbish, you're going to damage your spine. You have been warned. So be patient. I teach this, and some of my students go up straight away first time, and I'm just like, oh my god, maybe I'm a good teacher. It took me months. Now, I didn't practice it daily and work hard at it, but it still took me months and months and months to, first of all, go up and then come off the wall, and then secondly, go up without a wall whatsoever. And that's okay. It's all part of the journey. So let it take months if it needs to, or maybe you're just naturally talented and you can go up straight away. Either way. I'm going to go to there first, and then I'll talk about the other things. Okie dokie. So here we are, getting prepped. I'm in this position like I'm about to go up into this. Like we've been here. This is all familiar, right? So that's pretty much the same position. Now I've got my hands, and I'm not really cradling my head in my hands, but my head does come kind of between my wrists. I find that more comfortable, and I can squeeze my arms in rather than sort of holding my head in my hands. Some people like that, but that's not for me. I kind of rest the back of my head a little bit in my thumb knuckle area, whatever that's called, and then you're just going to press up. Now you can stay here, figure out if your arms are the right distance or not, and just think about pressing. Look, I can press from here and take my head off the ground, because this is like an extreme dolphin, right? So that means I'm good. I know I can do this. And then I'm just going to walk my feet in as close as they can go. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, that's going to be hard to do. And I will give you a couple of other versions to do as well, especially if you're stronger in the core, but you've got tight legs. So again, there's a lot of factors that are going to help or hinder you achieve this headstand. But the closer you can get your legs to your body, the better. And then we want to draw one leg in and draw in as close as possible. The idea is I'm trying to get myself, vertical. Now you can just practice from here and bring one leg up, take it down, bring one leg up, take it down. And before you go up, when you're ready, just bringing it in and finding that point of balance. And I want you to stay here for as long as you feel comfortable, and just hang here. This is what's going to help you build that strength. When you come down, drop down into a child's pose. And that's level 1. That's all you need to do. Now I'm going to move to a wall and show you what to do by a wall. Because I know when I started, I loved the wall. The wall was my best friend. At some stage you do have to move away from the wall. And I've got lots of things behind me, so let me just move my lilies back a bit. Alrighty, so finding a nice wall that's going to be your friend. We don't want to be right up close to the wall because we want to give ourselves somewhere to go. So take your mat or just come to a carpeted area, and I'm about, I don't know what that is, like a foot and a bit away from the wall. And that's going to allow me to move up and then find this place of balance and then lift my knees and find the wall. See? Easy peasy. So you can stay here and be like, oh, where's the wall? There it is. And you might want to practice here. Now at this stage, what we're trying to do is strengthen our core up, and we're drawing our ribs to our hips to our ribs like we do in Tadasana. We're pressing the floor away. Now when you're here, you might feel like taking one leg up. And you want to squeeze everything up, lots of energy to the sky, and you can practice taking that foot off, hovering. I'll show you from this side. So one leg's up, hover, and like, ooh, 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 balancing, ooh, not balancing. And then when you're ready, woo, just practice again. And here's the tendency where people want to kick. Don't kick up. Work the strength in your core. Bring it in, work it up, find the wall, there it is, take it up from there, squeeze everything up, and then go for your headstand when you're ready. When you want to come down, you can come down the same way. Release. And that might be a process of weeks, months, days, or maybe you just nailed it just then. What do I have to say about that? So really engaging our core and finding that strength, trying not to collapse in here, really pushing away and finding length and elongating up into the sky is going to help you there. And I'll show you the tripod, and then we'll work the whole thing off the wall, and I'll show you how to fall out of it as well. That's probably just going to come naturally. So tripod headstand means that we've got 3 points of contact: head and your hands. With this one, you've got this whole sort of shelf section. I guess that's why I prefer it. I feel more stable and stronger in it. But tripod allows you to do it, go into crow pose, into a headstand and up, and lots of other things can come from that. So with the tripod, very similar, your points of contact. So if I was here in my normal headstand, when I come into tripod, I'm just going to take my hands out. And so again, they're going to be shoulder width apart. And then I'm going to come down, bring my head just about where my fingers are, in between my hands, and hang out here. So here I've got the strength of my arms to press. And I can come up, work myself here, just like I did before, walk it in, bring one leg in, bring the other leg in, and just work with that, work with that, work. You can practice here if you've got more flexibility. See how it feels. And let me show you on the wall. Now you don't want to like do hours of practice on your headstands. Just a little every day, a couple of minutes here and there. So I get into my tripod. I bring my legs up, whoop, and I find the wall. There they are, and I can push. So I've drawn my belly in, and I've firmed up my core, and I can practice again, one leg at a time, or I can go up and touch a little higher. You can do that with the other one too. And then find your balance, find your focus. And work that And then come into a child's pose when you're done. So you can try them out and see which you prefer. For me, I don't often do the tripod. Others, that's all they do, because again, all of those things that we talked about, and that's comfortable. When it comes time to being off the wall, I've got a tight space here, and you feel like you're going to fall. So a lot of people teach rolling out, but I've done that once, and especially from this position, I rolled over my hands and it really hurt my neck. So I'm not a fan of that. What I will do, and I'll just show you, maybe I'll do it this angle. Yes. And hopefully I won't break anything in my way. So I'm here, I'm coming up, and I'm moving up into my headstand, and I'm going, okay, I got it, yeah, I got it, oh, and then, because I'm all like wibbly wobbly, I'll bring one leg down first, or I'll show you that from here. So, coming up, boop, bringing it up. Wibbly wobbly, what? One leg comes down, and then they can come down. Another way is wibbly wobbly, and it comes out to the side. It's like a cartwheel. So just go with it. Allow your body to go with it. Cartwheel out. One leg down or cartwheel out. Some people say roll over. That might happen. If you do roll forward, that's fine. Be mindful, if you're here, what that's going to be for your neck. Remove the hands out as quickly as you can. If you're in tripod, well, the hands out in there, so it's all good. And tripod, like cartwheeling out might happen a little bit more as well. Whoop, and then it's just down. That's all it is. I tend to go, I'm going that way, so I'm going to tuck and roll out. Falling is just important as going up. And for those of you that find drawing the legs in tough because you've got tight legs, you might have a strong core, so we're going to work the core strength section of it. I'll do it with the wall, just so that you can see where the weight is going to go. So as you come up, walk up, walk up, walk up, draw the core in and lift the legs. So from here you can bend and go up, maybe, or maybe you're just nice and strong, you're feeling nice and balanced, and you can just go straight up from there and find the wall. Lift, find your wall is there, it's there for support. Don't forget, now it's easy to be like, ugh, floppy, 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 floppy. Energize, energize it up. Find that balance, find that energy, and then coming down again, you can drop it down. And then away from the wall, using that one, you can use the bend of the legs to find your balance. And you can do it from the other one as well. So you can do all of this with tripod. This is my favorite way to do it. So this is the one I'm going to do. But feel free to use your tripod. So we've got strong core. Press. Make sure your arms aren't splaying out too wide. Draw up through the belly. Draw up, draw up, draw up, draw up. Now you can bend here and find that balance and just hang here. This is all good. Or you can start to try and lift yourself up. You can balance. My balance is off. Too many headstands. Take a break. Oh. And then if you feel like you're going to fall out to the side, all good. Just open it out. Let the legs come down. Gravity's going to take you down, so let the legs come down. Don't be afraid to do that. What are other effective ways to fall? I really find that that's the best way. Either the leg comes straight down or I take it out to the side. I really don't like tumbling over. Other people say go for it if that feels good for you. Tuck and roll. Do what works for you. But I find taking my legs down allows my body to come this way or out to the side, as opposed to having to think about somersaulting myself out. I wasn't a gymnast, so I'm not a good tumbler. Now, another way to work your headstand, and this works for handstands as well if you like to do handstands, and you do have those tight legs, is walking up the wall. So actually using the wall the other way. So we're here and you can walk up and then you just got the wall there to work and help you out here. I might be a bit far from the wall, I can't really tell. And you can work your way here, see what's going on, lift, find that play, find that balance point, or just support yourself in an L shape. This is going to build a lot of strength in your body. And then come down. And there we go. So there are plenty of different ways. Then when you're finished, we're going to roll our shoulders out first. It's just as important to warm down as it is to warm up. Drop the head. A nice, soft, gentle roll through the body. The whole thing softens. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Roll it out. Inhale, bring those hands up. Cross left arm over right. Now either bringing the backs of the hands together or to your shoulders, or coming into full eagle arms. Draw the arms up and out and away. If it's here, out and up. Release. Open. Hands behind you. Breathe the heart up. Lips together. Expose your throat. Release. Roll it out. Other side, right over left. Use the variation that works for you. Lift and lengthen. Draw it out. Release. Bring the hands behind you. Open. Release it out. Roll it out. Ear to one shoulder. Back to center. Ear to the other shoulder. Back to center. Chin down to chest. Interlace the fingers. Rest the hands on the back of the head. Let everything drop. Don't pull. Just use gravity. Maybe roll a little bit. Press, lift. Release. Roll out those shoulders again. Come onto tabletop position. Right arm threads through. Left arm can either reach behind, tuck, or extend, or just support your face. Breathe and hold here. Release and come up. And you know what? Some days you just go up and you're like, oh my gosh, I did it. That's amazing. And other days you don't. It really depends on how centered and grounded you are that day, how connected you are to your practice. And if you're not, that's okay. It's just another day. Don't be in a hurry. Don't kick those legs up. It can be really tempting, especially when you've got that wall, which is why it is good to practice away from the wall. Come into a child's pose. Practicing away from the wall really kind of prompts you not to kick up because there's nothing to catch you. But please resist the urge to kick up. If you can just hang out here for ages, then eventually you can just lift your knees, let the feet hang out behind you. All good. You can hang out here for ages. And then from there you can lift one leg. And then from there you can lift the other leg. And then you just come down when you're ready. And rest. I don't know, I didn't get quite as vertical as I would have liked in that one. Again, it's just all about finding that balance, looking for that length and slowly straightening yourself up. Film yourself. If you can't tell what's happening, film yourself and then check it out. And you'll learn and find what habits are happening and how it's feeling in your body. And if it is comfortable for you to somersault out of it, then go for that too. Don't do it just because I don't like it. It's all good. And it might get you over the fear of taking the weight back a bit. Enjoy your headstand journey. Have fun with it. Remember, it's all play. You don't ever have to do a headstand if you don't feel comfortable with it. You can always do a plow. You can do the lovely little inversion we started with. You can do a downward facing dog or a dolphin. So do what's right for your body. Have fun. Let me know if that was helpful or just confusing in the comments below. And play safe. Practice safely and sensibly. And above all, listen to your body and do what your body